today's subscription spot, we are having a look at another box from the folks over at Bakers Krate. With Bakers Krate, you're getting natural, local, and fresh desserts delivered to your house every single month. Spot always looks forward to getting his box from Bakers Krate, although caution, may contain traces of nuts, wheat, soy, dairy, eggs, gluten, seeds, and other allergens. I don't think I'm allergic to anything, although I do find when I eat desserts, I gain weight. So I don't know if is that an allergy? No, it's not. Spot's just being ridiculous. We are going to, I don't actually have to cut the seal on the front of this because it was already wrapped inside a clear bag. Gonna open this up just like so. We are treated immediately to some polka dot wrapped paper. We'll peel that to the side. There we go. Is somebody celebrating a birthday? I see some cupcakes with some candles. This month's Bakers Krate menu. We have birthday cake in a jar. What? A sprinkle bar, a vanilla sprinkle cake pop, and confetti cookie. All with the theme of birthdays. Even though my birthday's in June, but... also, fear not, if you are allergic to any of the items, or potentially any of the items inside, there's an ingredient list. It doesn't show you how to make it, granted, but it shows you all the stuff inside, just in case you have an allergy to some things. So the sprinkle bar, the birthday cake in a jar, confetti cookie, and vanilla sprinkle cake pops. We are also given a spoon or a fork. No, it's both. It's a spork for our consumption, with the hashtag Bakers Krate at the bottom there. All right, let's delve into this. So we do have 4 delectable desserts for this month. Starting and running the gambit, the first item in question is the confetti cookie. Have fun with this tender vanilla cookie with rainbow sprinkles. It's from Cookie Girl. There is the Twitter following there, twitter.com/cookiegirlwpg, which is actually Winnipeg. Best before date? Don't even have to worry about the best before date. These are gone in no time. These are some of her other selections that she has available. Caramel chocolate chip, salted caramel, chocolate chunk, oatmeal raisin, molasses, s'mores, peanut butter cup, and confetti, which is the one that we're trying today. I know some people that don't like birthday cakes. I just don't. It's actually, I wish I could have more birthdays if it meant more birthday cake. The cookie comes across right off the bat being a little denser than I was expecting. There's also chocolate chip in there as well. Let's give this a try. The confetti cookie, or excuse me, on the side it says Funfetti. In fact, it also says on the legend, Funfetti, and I'm calling it confetti. I'm gonna wipe these eyes out. Let's correct it ourselves now. Let's give this a try. The Funfetti cookie from Cookie Girl. Let's give it a try. The texture is very much less the texture you would find with a chocolate chip cookie. Rather, it's more the texture you would almost come to find with, I would almost say, a shortbread. It's dough. It's a little denser. The sprinkles add just a little bit of sweetness to it. They don't really add flavoring to it, other than maybe the flavoring that a sprinkle would naturally have. The chocolate chips are nice. It gives just a little bit of breakup to the sweetness, although I have to admit the cookie itself is not overly sweet. It's got a good rounded belt. It has a good buttery flavor as well, which again makes me feel like it's closer to being more a shortbread. Not that level of butteriness, but I will say it does have a little bit more of a buttery, like sweet, very smooth flavor. Again, closer to more a shortbread than a chocolate chip cookie. Very good though. Very delicious cookie. I got 2 of them. I got 2 for me. Nobody else, just for me. I'll share it. Don't worry, I'll share it. The next one, I also like the presentation that they've wrapped everything in this foam paper. Keeps everything nice, protected, safe until this guy's going to consume them. Now this one here, I'm assuming is the sprinkle bar, but it almost looks like more of a cross kind of dousing of icing there, whereas the picture almost makes it look more like confetti. The read-up as I'm opening this says, sprinkle some fun on your lunch break. A delicious vanilla square baked with classic rainbow sprinkles. This is from Pinky's Bake Shop. 439 Stradbrook Avenue, Winnipeg, Manitoba, R3L0J7. Best before date is somewhere in September, actually earlier into September. But fear not, it ain't gonna last. If you think this is gonna stick around for very long, you are a fool. You're not really a fool, but spot will polish these off rather quickly. Let's give this a try. From Pinky's Bake Shop, the Sprinkle Bar. Here we go. It doesn't really have actually a lot of flavor to it. Or maybe it's just the fact that I was expecting it to be sweeter than what it was, and truthfully, it's not overly sweet. It's more of a, if you were to take like a vanilla cake that you would find in a birthday cake, if you were to take that and make the dough just slightly denser, that's about the same sort of flavoring and texture that I'm getting to that of vanilla cake. Again, the sprinkles or the confetti don't add much in the way of flavoring, but they add a little bit of nice needed coloring as the little pockets of color dance inside the cake itself. It's actually, the cake is nice because it's not overly sweet. It would be a good tea cake, or again, a good, like as they indicated, a lunch break. If you had like a cup of coffee, this would go well with it. It's not overly sweet, but again, it's a good contrast to the more sweeter funfetti cookies that we've already tried. Next, let's bring out, and I think, oh, we do have two of these as well. This is the Vanilla Sprinkle Cake Pops. Bite-sized pops, big flavor. Little bite-sized vanilla cake pops wrapped with white chocolate and rainbow sprinkles. Coming to us from Eiffel Tower Pastry Shop, 1193 Pembino Highway, Winnipeg, Manitoba, R3T2A5. And if you are curious, the expiry date is September 9th, 2016. But again, I can assure you, it's not going to last that long. Now this one has a little seal closing off shop. Then I'm gonna, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll bring the box just a little bit closer because I'm gonna get sprinkles everywhere. Just guaranteed, I'm gonna get these sprinkles everywhere. But I'm just gonna take a piece off, just a very small piece. G-spot, what do you consider small? That's, okay, it's a little bit bigger than I was expecting. The cake inside, got a couple of sprinkles here. The cake inside seems a little moister than I was expecting. It almost seems like it's soaked with something. Probably sugar, sweetness, and goodness. Let's give this a try. The Vanilla Sprinkle Cake Pop from Eiffel Tower Pastry Shop. Here we go. That's really good. And while the sprinkles may not add a lot of flavoring per se to the actual pops, they do add like a nice little crunch contrast to the very soft, moist cake on the inside. I could definitely not eat, or I could eat, but I know it wouldn't be good for me. I couldn't eat like a dozen of these as like a just an odd treat from time to time. Having one of these, I think, is more than enough. Like I've already eaten only half of it, and I can already feel like it's just a very hearty, sweet dessert. Not bad at all, and in fact, it actually is the best thing so far in this box. But very rich, very sweet. The outer crust, as I'm defining it with my hands, the outer crust of sprinkles is again a nice crusty contrast to the moistness of the cake inside. Very, very good though. And lastly, the last thing in our quadrilogy of dessert snacks, we have the birthday cake in a jar. To celebrate our 1-year anniversary, the classic vanilla cake with fun rainbow sprinkles, all in a portable jar. Come to us from Caked with Love, 1459 Corridon Avenue, Winnipeg, Manitoba, R3N0J2. Also at the top there, indicated Confetti cake in a jar. Cake with Love, co.ca. To which I will be needing the spork. Let's put the spork into this equation. I'm going to open up the top here, take off the lid, try our best to scrape off some of the icing here. It's also, in the past we've gotten larger jars, but truthfully, as a monthly subscription box, sometimes those jars are just so much sweet dessert. I think this is a nice little sampler size instead. So keeping it this size I think is good. It's just enough to give you an idea of what the dessert's like without giving you a very, very large jar in the process. So if I could dissect this by layers, we're kind of just cutting the Earth's core, Earth's crust. The top we have icing, follow along with me, cake, icing, and cake on the bottom. I wish sometimes they'd put cake sometimes on the top because there's just so much icing and then you get to cake and then the icing, but let's give it a try. Gonna dip my spork into it. There we go, and I've just dropped it everywhere. I think I got a good amount of cake and icing in the spork here. Let's give this a try. The final dessert in this month's box from Bakers Krate, the birthday cake in a jar from Caked with Love. Let's give it a try. Try to pick up all these crumbs as well. It's good, but the thing I find with it is when you start incorporating cakes in jars, the quantity of cake to icing always seems less than if you got yourself a full slice of cake. Full slice of cake, you have this really delicious, very rich, buttery icing on the top here. You have it in the middle, but it's so much more spread out when you got it on a full slice, full slab of cake. When you start reducing the size portion, the icing to cake ratio, the icing seems to always dominate the cake. I wish I could taste just a little bit more of the cake portions of this, as the icing does take up a lot of that. It dominates so much of the flavor that I wish I could get a little bit more flavoring of the cake. Overall, the package as a whole is quite well. It's quite nice. It's well presented. It's got good sweetness, a good bit of flavor to it. I just wish that there was a little bit more cake to icing ratio, and I don't know what would correct it. Maybe if they put icing on the very bottom, icing on the top, and then cake in the middle, because as you're putting your fork through it, you're going to be getting all of that anyways. By having the icing so close to the top icing, I feel like I'm just getting over saturation of icing. But it's still very, very good though. And again, good size. I don't need an overly large jar of this stuff because this, as the size that they've given, is just the right amount if you ask me. There you go, guys. Another subscription box from the folks over at Bakers Krate. Today, we were having a look at birthdays. Well, birthday themed at least, as we were having a look at Bakers Krate for the month of August 2016. Would you like snacks? Would you like desserts delivered to your house every single month? If you checked yes, if you've been screaming yes this entire time watching this video, click the link down below and you can subscribe to the Bakers Krate. In the meantime, guys, stay tuned. Spot's going to have more videos heading your way. As always, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.